Hey there, Start here. I finally got around to getting to this event and getting my rank 1 with this light team that I just kind of threw together. I wasn't trying to do any kind of like impressive overkill. In fact, I was just trying to, uh, find a team that I thought could just get past the finish line without being too crazy or over the top. Obviously, the carry here is coming from the EX3 Celeste, but I will just go ahead and say you do not need an EX3 Celeste in order to get this done. We do overkill by a fair amount, enough that I think an EX2 Celeste would do just fine as long as you have, same gear, same build and whatnot. You'll notice I have a lot of EX1 units in here, like my Prompto, Noctis, Stern, all EX1. And so obviously if yours are EX2, for any of those units, they're going to be doing considerably more damage. And in fact, an EX2 Stern would allow you to even do the clear a turn quicker. We're going to do a 5-turn clear. I'm bringing Ash just because I don't want to have to worry about gearing people for, for the magic damage, the incoming magic damage and whatnot. I honestly haven't even looked at the boss's AI. I just, I ran it once and I was like, let's just do a magic tank and forget about it. So that's why I picked up Ash. Because she has machine killers in her kit, so she's really good for this. I'm sure there are ways around the magic damage without having to bring a tank. I haven't gotten that deep into the AI yet on this boss. I've run it, I think, twice, and the second time I got my rank 1. So that's about the extent of what I've done with the boss thus far. And this team got me across the line, so I'll just go ahead and show you what I've done. What I sort of slapped together here, and show you how this team gets us across the finish line for a rank 1. We'll go ahead and start with Hio. Alright, so Hio is wearing presidential livery. This is so that he can use this skill to add 30 times mod boost to his LB, which will then extend with the gilded bracer. That is not required. It does not add a tremendous amount of damage to Hio. So if you don't have it, don't sweat it. Hio is also very replaceable here. I just chose him because, I figure a lot of people have Hio, and you can still use him on this team since Celeste brings the 100% light amp. But he is totally replaceable. If you have like Maria or something, I have a Maria, but I didn't want to use a limited unit in this clear. So, definitely put someone like Maria in there. I'm sure there are other better options just escaping me right now. But anyways, the only thing Hio needs in his normal form is just 100% evasion. Alright, because there is one turn where we won't have the Mirage for the physicals. So having evasion just, helps you take 0 damage. In his Bracia form, obviously build him for damage. He's not the main damage dealer, so that's why he doesn't have any of, the clash gear or anything like that. But he is built for the killers. At least I think he is. Did I build him for killers? Yeah, okay. His own vision card because he's EX3. Obviously, if yours is not, just use the best one that you have. All right, and that gets it done for Hio. Prompto, in his normal form, just give him... actually, we don't need to worry about evasion in his normal form. We will worry about it in his Brave Shift form because we will have Mirage, thanks to Noctis. For the first 3 turns, but then we won't have it on turn 4. So on turn 4 he'll be in his Brave Shift form, so giving him a little bit of evasion helps. That's what Escape Artist is doing there. That's from the Clash of Wills shop. So pick that up, 50% evasion. That'll just help him take less damage. Otherwise, he's EX1, so he's not great, but he does still get a 150 light amp, even at EX1, and He's really just here for the breaks, the imperils, the imperil fields, and that's pretty much it. This is just the best card I have for him, so that's the one I put in there. Just use whatever you have. I'm pretty sure he's maxed out on everything, machine and LB damage, and yeah, he's good to go. All right. Ash in her normal form, this is her main tanking form, so just kind of built her out for tanking. She's got I should have given her more lightning resist. The boss does a lot of lightning and light damage. Let me actually... It's not a big deal. She still doesn't take any damage well, she takes a little bit of damage. I'm just going to go ahead and add a bit of lightning resistance here just to make sure. We'll just do Reclaimed Serenity. Anything that's got, you know, decent light, like that's enough. That's plenty. All right, she should take no damage. Yeah, just whatever you want to give her. Some bulk, lightning and light resists, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty much the same thing in her Brave Shift form. Again, I'm going to swap that out, claim Serenity, so she has more lightning resist, so she's good there. And yeah, she will be in her Brave Shift form for a little bit to do some killers, because her LB does the machine killer for the party, and then also has the machine Achilles, which does the single target 250 killer, which will go to Celeste. Obviously, you know, if you want to go with the non-magic tank route, you would bring someone like Ilmatel, who can then give 250 killers to the whole party, or bring like the new Phantom Thief Zahn. You know, another example, you could even bring Zahn on this party, and you know, steal the 250 killer that Ash gives out and spread it to everybody. Lots of options there for that one. All right. Celeste in her normal form, she's just full evade. She'll stay in her normal form until the burst turn, so she's just going to evade everything. In her Brave Shift form, full on damage, she gets all the best gear because she is the main damage dealer. She has EX3, so she has her EX3 ability, but like I said, I honestly do not think it is necessary. We will do enough overkill that an EX3 Celeste is absolutely not necessary for this clear. She has... this is Frosty's EX3 card. If you don't have it, just put the best card you have on her. Like Richt's card works really well on her, since she's a light unit, you know, or a Clash of Wills unit, I should say. Yeah, so just whatever card you have for her. I didn't even bother building, because I think she innately hits the machine killer. Yeah, so she's got that pretty well covered anyways, innately. So I didn't even have to bother building for the killers there. And yeah, she's ready to rock and roll. Stern, he gets the rest of the good gear with the Ruler's Regalia, Emperor's Ring, and then obviously his own STMR. Even though he's EX1, you know, mine will be EX2. I think in a few days. He's been sitting in the shard dungeon forever. I think he's still like 5 or 6 shards away from EX2. But yeah, I just went ahead and moogled his sword because, you know, I have tons of Moogles lying around and just wanted to go ahead and get it done. So that's his STMR there. And then yeah, we're just making sure he has a little bit of evasion there. I think he's got, yeah, like 20%. That's fine. No big deal. LB damage, make sure he's got his killers. This is the best card that I have for him. So that's what I put on him there. And yeah, I think he's good to go. Notice he is not over-leveled. The only 2 units that are over-leveled are Celeste and Hio. I just haven't bothered to over-level these units because there's no need to. I have no need to over-level these units, but if you need that little extra bit of damage from your Stern, for example, go for it. Same goes for Noctis. I have not over-leveled my Noctis. He's EX1, 120, no over-leveling. He does have the Celestite Bracer. That is so that he can use the Gilded Bracer ability to extend Hio's mod boost. Otherwise, he is, yeah, his gear in this form is irrelevant. And then in his Brave Shift form, you know, build him for a little bit of damage. You know, since he's EX1, he's not really contributing a whole lot. The biggest contribution he's bringing to the team is the 2-stack Mirage every turn, except for turn 4. And the 40% Sword and Peril for Stern. And honestly, you can get the 40% Sword and Peril from like Wondrous Flash Lightning. I'm considering doing a clear with Wondrous Flash Lightning at some point, but also like doing sort of a Lightning and Light combo using Celeste, Stern, and Wondrous Flash Lightning. And you know, she brings the Sword and Peril as well, so that's just another option. And then you just have to build everybody for evasion and forget the Mirage. But yeah. That's what we're working with here. That's the best card I have for him. He's got 300% machine killers, blah blah blah. Looking good. All right. Let's get in here and see how we get this done. This is a 5-turn clear, perfect score. Let's do it. All right, Alright, so the first turn is kind of a throwaway turn because the boss is going to dispel us anyways. So we'll go ahead and do Gallant Spirit because it's an undispellable buff. Noctis will go ahead and Gilded Bracer on Hio. Okay. Stern can just guard. He doesn't need to do anything really until turn 4. Prompto, all he's going to do is just break the boss. Wait, not Bursting Break. I want to do Deteriorate. Alright. Celeste is just going to do Bar Lightjet on this turn. There's really no reason to do anything else because he's going to dispel anything else we do. And then Ash will do Cover, Provoke, and Shelga. Okay. Yep, so he does some MP Drain. There's the Dispel. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to hit Reload. That's just for Ash. So she basically re-ups her Cover, her Provoke, and her Shelga for the party. Also, Stern can just guard again. Celeste on this turn can now do her Coordinated Teamwork for the buffs. Dazzling Neon. And... I mean, doesn't really matter what she does. Oh yeah, Bar Lightjet. We'll do Bar Lightjet again. So we have the light buff. Okay. Hio on this turn, honestly doesn't really need to do much of anything. He can, let's see. The boss is going to dispel himself this turn, so we don't want to do any of like our big breaks or anything like that. So we'll just do Deteriorate again. And Hio could actually roll. Let's roll shift Hio. We're going to get him to do his personal machine killer buff because it is 200%. Okay, it's a 200% machine killer to himself, so he can go ahead and do that. Alright. Great. Noctis is going to do... Let me just double check myself here. Yeah, he's just going to do Allure of the Rogue, which does the 2 stacks of Mirage for the party. That's all he needs to do. Alright, so he just removed his own buffs, except for the preemptive breaks, which are undispellable. Alright, so now Ash is going to shift and do her Brave Shifted LB. That's for the party machine killers. Alright, again, 150% for the party. Alright, Prompto can now do all of his big breaks. Alright, so that's Weakening Blast, which does the 89% defense and spirit break, and the 150 light imperil. I don't think he needs to do anything else this turn, actually. Let me just double check. Yeah, because, I mean, his LB is going to be full by then anyways. You could do fill LB if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. I'm just going to do Weakening Blast. Alright, Stern, once again, doesn't really need to do anything. If you want, you can... Actually, I don't even think he needs to do that, because he's just going to do these 3 skills anyways. That's... yeah, I don't think he needs to do anything else. Just double checking myself. Yeah, no, he's good. He can just guard again. Noctis. Okay, he can just do... we can go ahead and do his Ruler's Might. We'll go ahead and do Fill LB. Ruler's Might, that does the 40% Sword Imperil. And we'll do another 2-stack Mirage. Okay, Celeste on this turn just needs to do Bright Future. That's really the only thing she needs to do this turn. That's going to do the 100% amp for everybody. Hio can now come back. He'll do... we'll do Ultimate Flame just to make sure his LB is full. Refined Stance, I'll master this sword. So that does the 40% Fist Imperil. Alright, so now Ash can give the killer... Oh, she can't multicast, that's right. So we'll just do Machine Achilles on Celeste. Alright, Celeste will just do Surpassing Limits Plus. That's all she has to do. Hio on this turn will do Tyvus' Spirit for another 30 times mod boost. Prompto is going to shift. Okay, he'll do Elemental Burst Light. We haven't even reached our prime. This does the extra 60 times mod boost. He also is wearing Titus's garb in his normal form for the extra 100 times mod boost. I guess you could do Machinery Boost. No, never mind. That doesn't do it. I thought it did a killer for some reason. And Mechanical Trap for the Imperil Field. Alright, now Stern's finally going to wake up after sleeping through half the battle. He'll do Surpassing Limits, Fighter of Light Sword, and fill LB just to make sure it is full. Noctis is going to do Shift. Okay, and he'll do... some of these do a big Light Imperil. I think we already have 130% Light Imperil. He'll just do... I think he only needs to do this one, right? Yeah, I think that's all he needs to do. This is just an ability strengthener. Yeah, so he doesn't actually need to do anything except for his mod boost. And he doesn't have the Mirage stacks in his Brave Shift form. That's why we have evasion for everybody for this turn. Okay, so yeah, he's just going to do that mod boost. It's not going to do much for him, but it's, you know, better than nothing. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, we took a little bit of damage, but even that, it's not going to affect your damage taken score, so you don't have to worry about it. Alright, Ash is going to come back. She's going to chain triple bolting strike with Noctis. Alright, Noctis does his LB. Alright, Stern is going to chain Mirror of Equity with Prompto. And Celeste is going to shift and chain Extreme Nova with Hio. Alright, now since my Noctis is only EX1, he's pretty weak, so I'm going to actually use him and Ash to kind of ramp up the chain, and then I'll send Stern, Prompto, Celeste, and Hio in that order. Alright? So we're looking for 24.5 billion or higher. We should get that easily, I should think. Unless I screwed something up big time, which is possible. It's definitely possible. 29.2, yeah. So, almost 5 billion worth of overkill there. All right, with a fairly lackluster team. You know, a bunch of EX1 units, an EX3 carry, you know, Hio just as a unit that kind of, you know, everybody kind of has. So there's your perfect score. Wow, Celeste didn't even do over 10. That's crazy. Usually, that's a pretty low roll for Celeste. Yeah, the last time I did it, she did 13 bill. So that's a pretty low roll for Celeste there. But as you can see, everybody else, you know, easily makes up for it. Hio and Stern, you know, picking up the slack. Prompto and Noctis both kind of doing basically the same amount of damage there, which is saying something. So, yeah, that's just how I got it done. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys, or at the very least, a little entertaining. Yeah, sorry if I'm not quite as excited or enthusiastic as usual. I did just get back from a long vacation yesterday, got back late last night, and I am still feeling the effects. But yeah, thank you guys so much for following me. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys. I'll look into doing some other clears. If there are any like units or any clear teams that you guys would like me to try, feel free to drop a note in the comments below, and if I have the units, I'll certainly try and do it for you. But thank you guys for following me, and I will see you on the other side.